I need to feel your energy today from start to finish.
Come on, let's go.
Let's crank this thing up. It get real ferocious, I'm trying to tell you.
Turn me up all day.
From the locker room to the broadcast booth, breaking news and the truth behind every take from a real NFL insider and television analyst.
Now get ready for the NFL show where the conversation gets real and the fans get a voice. It's time for the Lake Lewis Jr. Show here on ESPN Radio.
And that's football.
Welcome, everyone, to the Lake Lewis Jr. Show. Appreciate you joining me as always. And this is a first. It's not a first for the people that you're going to see here, but it's a first for us as a group because I promised these folks a while ago, you know, these are some of the best supporters of the Burgundy and Gold, and other NFL fans can join this show as well. But one of the things that I promised them that I was going to do is as I went, they went, and that we were going to have this one day, you know, be affiliated and be part of something bigger than ourselves. And guess what? That day's here today because I have my family in here. These are, again, like I said, the best supporters of the Burgundy and Gold. You're going to hear unfiltered, great opinions today. That's what we do on our Friday fan show. It is streaming live right now on ESPN Radio, ESPN Radio, Richmond.com. What's up, folks? How y'all doing today?
What's up,
Good.
Happy weekend.
Man.
Everybody looking clean, backdrops, the whole nine. We've got a lot of stuff that we are going to talk about today. If you too would like to be part of this show, all you have to do is email me at thelakeLewisJrShow@gmail.com. Once again, thelakeLewisJrShow@gmail.com, and we will get you on here. These folks that are on here, these are the regulars. These are folks that come on here weekly, and you'll get to know them personally because, like I said, they're on here all the time, and this is good stuff. So lots of stuff to talk about as far as the Burgundy and Gold. This week, I was up there for the introductory press conferences for two new coordinators, and I said before I even sat down, there's nothing that they can say or do that's going to, you know, raise the hairs on my arm or win me over. It's early. I don't need to hear none of that. When I left the facility, folks, I felt pretty darn good about what I heard. And I know it's talk. You got to go out and back it up. But for the first time in a long time, I heard the Sean McVays of the world. I heard the Mike Shanahans or Kyle Shanahans of the world, the Matt LaFleurs of the world, the Raheem Morrises of the world. You know, and you guys know where I'm going with that. I heard young minds that had different ideas on how they wanted to do stuff. And when I heard David Blau say, Jaden's going to be under center, and we're going to have an identity on our offense. We will have a balanced offense where we're going to run the ball. That's all I needed to hear. That's all I needed to hear. On the defensive side of the ball, Durante Jones said, we already have some athletic, younger guys that are going to be on the field. He even mentioned Tyler Owens by name.
Right.
He mentioned Jordan McGee.
Hey, Madrano.
Absolutely. Hey, Madrano. Yep. So those are the type of things that won me over. So I want to get your take on this. And as we do, if you're just joining us for the first time and you don't know how the show works, everyone gets a chance to chime in. Everyone gets a chance to give their opinion, and we start around the horn. So let's get this thing going. Let's start with Miss Sheila. What's going on, Miss Sheila?
Hi, everybody.
Hey,
Morning, Miss Sheila.
What's happening?
Sis.
Yeah, I looked at everything the other day. I'm just like you. I'm not going to start talking too much right now. But I do feel like we have something to look forward to. So that's where I am with it. I like both of them. I like how both of them spoke. I was really taken with because the offense has not been such of a big problem. Right. So since it's been a defense, I want to hear more about what he said. And I liked everything he said. I like the fact he looks familiar to me. So I called my son. I said, do we know him? Because my husband went to Bowie, but he looks familiar, very familiar.
Right.
And
right.
so
he has that DC look on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do.
Well, my husband went to Bowie too, so we got Bowie alumni over there. I have a lot of friends that's in Bowie, and so I said he looks very familiar. But anyway, I was glad what he said. I like when he said that he was going to pull joy out of this team, and I really like that because that's what we need. We need some joy, them to work together. after I looked at Seattle, and then I looked at them today because they had the mics on them, so they showed the whole game with the mics on them. When they went over there on that back there after they came out, they wasn't sitting down. They had some joy over there. They was not playing either, and they was like
they knew what they were doing. They knew they were killing somebody out
they
there.
sure
So that's
did,
what
and
that was.
they was smiling. They was smiling about it. You know, it's like
Right.
let's go back out there. So when I saw that, I say that's the kind of team I want as far as defense. I mean, they was just it was just something. I was just so shocked. I just like seeing that part, because so anyway, I'm good.
Okay. All right. And y'all, so you guys know this is radio time, so we gotta keep our answers a little shorter, but that's good
Okay.
though. Sheila got us rolling.
Amen.
All right. All right. So let's go. So I just got a word in my ear from producer Alan. He said Sheila's fine. Don't worry. So we good. Okay. All right. Big Herb, what you think, my friend?
Oh man, so let me start off by saying this. I think that this is, if everything goes the way that I think it is with DJ, it's gonna be legalized whippings every week. I think that because the way he's talking about being physical, the way that he's actually saying that this team is gonna show so many fronts, you don't know when the aggressiveness is gonna show up. You just know it's gonna be there. I mean, the fact that he's mentioning McGee, Sanderstill, what's the name, Kinlaw, all these guys by name. Like I said earlier, Madrano. We weren't even thinking about these guys, some of these guys, near the end of the season. Now he's talking about like, oh, I could work with them. And then when you look and see what he did with what's his name, Fabian Moreau in Minnesota, he was an afterthought here.
He sure was.
So if he could do this, if he could work with him and make him look palatable, oh my God, I can't wait to see what he's gonna look like. And even as far as with David Blau, I mean, the one thing that I loved about with him the most is that he was saying, I'm going to challenge Jaden. I want him to go ahead and be better than what he is. And if you have to push it, if I have to push him to where we're gonna be clashing heads, then so be it. I'm for it. What do they say? I'm for the BS. I'm for it. Okay. I'm all here for it.
All right. Good stuff. All right, get my dude on, Brad. What's going on, Big Brad? What's up with you, man?
What's up, fam? What's up, everybody?
What's going on, man?
I like the fact that for both of them being two, this their first time being coaches, they seem pretty poised.
Right.
And I like that. Usually when you get these guys, they trying to wear the same color tie as the uniforms and all that other stuff. And they're saying things to just try to tick the fans' ears, but they seem pretty poised and ready to go. So I'm excited about it.
Good stuff. Yeah. I mean, everybody will get their chance and then I'll chime in. So yeah, let's keep it rolling. Let's go with Rev. What's going on, Rev? And listen, folks, just again, if you're joining us for the first time, because this is streaming live, ESPN Radio Richmond, ESPNRichmond.com. I want everyone, when you come on, let everyone know where you're from, because Miss Sheila is back up in Maryland. We know that, right? Big Herb is in Maryland as well. And then Brad is in Detroit, Michigan. He's in enemy territory up there. All right. And then Rev, where are you from, Rev?
I'm representing one of your agricultural capitals, Bakersfield, California, home of your pistachios and almonds that you get. So let's enjoy and say a prayer before you eat them.
All right.
So you asked me, and I'm 5'6", 155 pounds, but let's go. It
won you over. I know Durante Jones had you sitting on the edge of your seat.
Oh my goodness. I was on the edge of my seat. I was trying to not take the hopium this early. Yeah. But it was so pure. It was so good. It was pure. It's like everyone else. You can't help but honestly DJ got me seriously wanting to run through a wall. It's like I got too much time to wait for football to see just what he's going to lay out. But when you go down at a press conference and by name people that you intend to work with. Like Big Herb said, he knew by name. We were wondering why Madrano was MIA, and he was mentioned in his press conference about being used.
Being an athlete.
Say less.
Yeah.
As my boy T.I. say, let him know.
Yeah,
I know that's right.
Good stuff. And you know, when he mentioned Kane and when he mentioned Tyler, that to me it said a lot, because I know what I was told this year. I know I was told multiple weeks, and I talked about it with you guys, that I was told Kane was going to get on the field. Kane told me. Yeah, I don't think he minds me saying this now. He got a new coach coming in to reference him. He told me that he was told he was going to be on the field. Tyler told me that he was told he was going to be on the field. Come Sunday, they weren't on the field. And I'm like, what in the world is going on here? Because, like I said before, it couldn't have gotten any worse. So why were you not playing these young guys? So this is like the perfect tie-in right here. And if everybody can mute their sound until you're on, just because we're on radio now, so we can't have that backdrop. But this is the perfect tie-in now, because the next person I'm about to call on has been calling for younger guys all year long, and been calling for defense all year long. We're talking about Mr. Gerard. What's going on, Gerard?
Hello, family. How y'all doing?
Yeah, we good. Good to see you.
All year, y'all hear me talking about the younger guys and coaching.
Mm-hmm.
I said this off season is very important to me. I am so pleased with every move the organization has done so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just ecstatic. With all three press conferences, I was in tears, especially after DJ spoke. I was in tears. I said, my team is going to be back.
Mm-hmm.
It might not all happen this one year, but by year 2, I promise you, you're going to see a totally different ball club. And one thing that DJ got me, because this is how I live my life, and I use the same phrase he used all the time. I always put myself in a win-win situation. I think everybody should live that way. Put yourself in a win-win situation. And I could relate to so much of what he was saying. I love David too. Like how Big Herb said he's going to challenge him. He said between the ears. That's what I'm talking about, between the ears.
And do you remember when he also said, I'm telling you, it was you could hear a pin drop in the room when he was saying these things. But the thing that stood out to me was when he said he wants to reach these guys in the way they need to be taught.
Yes.
He said whether it's on paper, whether it's in film, whether it's auditory. I mean, he went down the list of how he's going to reach his guys. And it wasn't just one way. And we all have seen over the years coordinators come in on both sides of the ball and try to, as they say, fit a square in a round hole. And we were told when this regime first came in that they weren't going to do that they were going to have players play up to their capabilities and put them in the position where they would strive or thrive. And we didn't see that. So now I'm hearing it again, but it's different because the proof is in the pudding. We're not even talking about David Blau yet. A lot of y'all are really excited about the defense because, as Ms. Sheila said earlier, it wasn't the offense that was failing. It was the defense that was tragic for 2 years. Go ahead, Gerard.
I want to add to that. I was getting ready to go to David. I don't know. You guys, we talked. I said I wanted Cliff gone. If he stayed, he stayed, but I wanted him gone. I'm telling you, the more that I'm seeing, it was the offense. I told you, year 24, that was JD5.
Yeah,
the
no
offense,
tape on him.
This offense was good. I'm not saying we was horrible, but the offense, with our defense being so bad, our offense did not help our defense whatsoever. The type of offense that Cliff ran, you can see it more and more. When these reports came out, did y'all hear David say that JD5 has already been working under the center for the last 4 or 5 weeks of the season?
Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
They were already making plans for this. They were not pleased with the total offensive package. JD5 was the difference. I told y'all that all year. It was him being Superman.
Well, they tried to give Cliff the opportunity too.
Yes.
I didn't want this to be known. I want this to be known coming from me, okay, that they didn't want to fire Cliff Kingsbury. They gave him an
Want him to change a
opportunity,
little bit.
but if he's not going to change, you got to go. It's as simple as that. And I'm going to say this because I remember in our group a couple weeks ago, I'm not sure who it was, and this isn't to call out anyone, but there was some chatter in this group about, oh, Baltimore wants him. And y'all remember what I said? No, they don't. Don't do that because that's not true. You remember that, right?
Yes.
He's in LA.
LA,
with
how you gonna
Rams.
help them?
Pretty much. No. It's
He
for
just
them to help him. That's what that is.
Oh, okay.
It's for him to go there and be with Sean, and they have a
He needs
rapport.
to learn.
Yeah. So he's got to learn how to modernize what he's trying to do because it wasn't working. So that's very fair point.
That's all I was saying.
Yep. Okay. So had some reverb there, but so let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. So we got Josh. By the way, Gerard, where are you right now?
Williamsburg, Virginia. Virginia
go.
stands for lovers.
All right. Now, I'm sure this crowd here would appreciate that. You're in Williamsburg. All right. So, Josh, before you start, Josh, where are you sitting right now?
So I'm sitting in Minneapolis, St. Paul, up here in Minnesota, but born in
Antarctica.
Hey, right.
All right. So, what you think, Josh?
Poised, professional, ready to answer every single question like they've been there for years.
Yeah.
I mean, right? Every single question. I mean, DJ was speaking from, I could hear DQ in the background going, he's speaking my language. He's talking from my playbook. This is wonderful. This is what DQ wanted from his other coaches that didn't want to change. This is what he wanted. He got what he wanted this time around. And the fact that DJ wants to get to know his players, but it's kind of like teaching math to kids. You can't just teach the old way and the new way. It's my way or the highway. You got to develop each player the way they learn. And that's what he's trying to tell them, you know. And the fact that that Blau was straight up, he's going to be under center. Yeah, we're going to do some stuff that you're expecting and some stuff that you're not expecting. I have been waiting for, how long have we been waiting? Decades to hear coaches like this, guys. And Gerard, we've been saying we wanted younger minds forever. And we got them. So let's go. Let's go.
Good stuff. And you know what also was complimentary? You know, they mentioned as far as how the two coordinators have history together, you know, Minnesota, and how they're going to help each other. You know, they're going to lean on each other. That's that complimentary football that you saw a team win the Super Bowl doing, by the way. You could tell that Seattle's offense was doing things to help the defense and vice versa. The defense was getting them the ball. Exactly. So, all right. So let's keep it rolling. Let's go with Brad Savage. What's going on, Brad?
What's going on, family?
Nephew.
I'm out here in Houston, Texas.
All right.
And my thoughts are, one, I'll go defense first, is that Durante is cut from the same cloth as excuse me, as the head coach is. They are people minded first. They care about the person before or whatever scheme they gonna put in. My favorite thing was that they asked him, like, oh, you're coming from a Flores defense. What from Flores are you gonna implement? He said, I don't know, because I don't know what the players can do yet.
Right.
Like our defense goes is what the players can do, which is exactly what going off of what Josh said, DQ wanted from the beginning. And it just didn't happen with his other coordinator. So I love that fact. That was my favorite thing to hear. With Blau definitely I think he's gonna be good, but I think it might I can hear the novice. He doesn't know what he doesn't know, which is perfectly fine. But I think I'm just gonna have patience because he's never played call plays. He jumped up a few levels pretty quickly. So I just think it's gonna be a learning curve for him. But luckily he has JD5 with him. So that's gonna speed up his process. JD5 can make him right when he makes a mistake. So I think all in all, we're gonna be fine. And I'm excited.
Good
and I
stuff.
took a shot of hopium too.
Hopium.
It will hope though, so
with
it
an H,
doesn't
with an
not
H on it. I
always
want people to
stimulate
know.
mood.
Please,
I don't want y'all
exactly.
thinking that's how we rolling. No, it's with an H over
With
the
an
one at
H.
the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what?
Right.
I go back to my guy Sean, McVay, and I remember when Gruden was here and Sean, became OC. And I remember Sean's very first presser with us. And, you could tell that he wasn't comfortable up there. You can just tell. And you could tell that he also, at the time, wasn't the best speaker. I'm not saying he couldn't speak like verbally, his dictation was bad. I just meant it just wasn't fluid. It wasn't smooth. And but one thing you knew was in here, the wheels were already turning on how he wanted to do stuff. And I'll never forget Darrell Young had told me this is in 2012, when they were going through this run to get to the playoffs, RG3 time, all that stuff. Darrell told me, he said Sean McVay is going to be a great coach one day. He said, trust me, the way he gets us to know what we're doing. He said, I'm telling you, he's one of the brightest people I've ever been around. And here we are today. This guy's one of the best young minds in football, already won a Super Bowl. So I kind of related that to David Blau the other day. Maybe, the nervousness and all that stuff, getting comfortable, he was moving in his seat a couple times like this. I don't care. I don't care because I know up here those wheels are turning, and I know that he feels a certain way to do stuff. So, hey, I'm hearing music. Hold on. Somebody playing music on there?
No.
Did y'all hear music?
No, sir.
No.
Oh, they didn't hear it. I heard it too. Yeah, our producer said the same thing. We heard music, so we just wanted to make sure where that was coming from. So, anyway,
Side effects of hopium.
Sound effects and hopium. That's how we doing it. I mean, it's the
There you
first.
go.
Yeah, it's the first time that we're doing that. Oh, you know what? I just figured something out for everybody. And see, this is what we do on the show. Sometimes we get off script. Metas, my phone was telling me something and it started playing music because something triggered it and it came on. So that's not good. Okay, so anyway. All right, so let's keep it going. Yeah, the technology. Let's go. These are prescription. I need them to see. So let's keep it going. Let's go, Ellison. What you think, Ellison?
How's everybody doing, man? Good to see y'all.
Good to see you.
Great.
I like what I
Good to
heard.
see you, bro.
Yes, sir, for sure. I like what I heard. I was pleased. I agree with everybody there. I take a little bit of a different course here. I'm more about the show and prove. Now it's you won the press conference. That's fine. That's great. Now I got to see we win free agency. We got to win the draft, and we proceed from there into week one. Like I said, I'm more about the show and prove. I like what I heard. I like the young guys coming in on both sides of the ball, new ideas, new energy, new everything. But I got to see it.
Ellison, do you have a military background?
That's the way I was raised.
Okay.
It's about show and prove. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because he's consistently said this for the last year and a half, like, and he's always come on hat. He's when I tell you this brother's consistent. It's always the same thing.
You know what, man? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good.
My uncles, all of them are pretty much military, Army, and Navy. So that's the way I was raised. And coming up playing basketball, man, I had old school coaching, man. You know what I mean? So
you got yelled at. That's what I know. Old school means you got yelled at because I got yelled at.
I got yelled at. I got grabbed. I got dragged. Like everything you can think of.
Can't do that stuff now.
They'll
arrest you on the court if you touch a player. I mean, and I shout out some of our military folks in there because I do know that Rev and Brad, definitely have that. Greg, everybody. So again, it's tough love in here, but it's real love. They're gonna give you the hugs when you need it, and they're gonna give you the boot when you need it as well. So that's what makes this group so fan friendly, as to say. So let's keep it rolling. And by the way, Ellison, where are you?
I'm in Ashland, Virginia.
All right, and Brad was in Houston. So remember that. I'm letting you see that this is a very dynamic group. And Oscar, a good friend of ours, is normally with us. He's not in this group today, but Oscar's over in Turkey, in Istanbul, Turkey. So we mix it up on here. So let's keep it going with Sean O. And Sean O, you were where?
Fresno, California. I'm about 100 miles away from Rev. We haven't met up in person yet, but we are soon.
Yeah, we are.
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to piggyback on him since he gave his measurements 6'3", 225.
So hey, we got our edge rusher, we got our slot guy.
Yeah.
Rev. All right, so good.
So yeah, basically Fresno's known for raisins and grapes, capital of the world type of thing. Okay, so I think DJ stole the show in regards to the press conferences, without a doubt.
No doubt.
It hit home for me because I'm a social worker for over 30 years, or actually 30 years, and then my wife is a district psychologist for 30 plus years. So together, we have 60 plus years of dealing with IEPs. And for those that don't know, individual education program. So it's individualized. Mainly what I do is individual program plans. Same situation. It's catered to the individual that you're working with. And so if he's able to pull that off, he should be able to run for president, no doubt, no joke, because that's hard work. It's very intricate. And so, but he can get results.
Yeah,
he can get results. If he gets results because of that, the time, because it's going to take a lot of time in order to get that done. And hopefully he has assistance to help, because it's a lot of work. I don't want to see him get burned out, but if he's able to be successful with that, he could do no wrong in my eyes.
All right, good stuff. I mean, just to hear that kind of rhetoric in the sports world, in the NFL world, it goes to show you that the man believes in what he's going to try to accomplish, and it also goes to show you that he's prepared for his opportunity. The thing that won me over too is when he talked about at 23 slept in his car, and then at 33 he slept in his car. He wasn't ashamed to put that out there, because he said he did what he needed to do to bet on himself, basically, to get to where he is. And I think we all have those kind of stories where we've sacrificed some things along the way to do what we're trying to accomplish. I know I have.
Yes.
So that was refreshing to hear that, that he was okay to stand on that. So let's keep it going. Let's go with Big Bud. What's going on, Bud? And where are you right now, Bud?
I'm in Lynchburg, Virginia.
All right, my guy.
Yeah. Probably about 3.5 hours from DC.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, I tell you, David, oh my God. But anyway, David, he when I listened to him, the first thing kept coming up in my mind is, what advantages is he going to have going into this season? Because we know the disadvantages. He's not called any plays, and it's going to be rough for him. He's not going to, both sides of the ball is not going to get everything they need in 1 year anyway. So they're going to have to figure this thing out.
Right.
But one of the advantages that's going to be huge to him is putting JD5 under center, because they didn't see that last year. They didn't see that in 24. That changes everything. That changes how they viewed protections. It changes everything. Durante, man, I tell you what, that brother had me in here doing sit-ups. I wanted to call him and start telling him my business, because I wanted to be involved, bro. I really wanted to be involved. I'm excited. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for this team. And I'm going to be patient with this, because I know we're not going to get everything we need this year. But to say we got a hit on this draft. And everything should be great. It'll be better than it was last year, without a doubt.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's go with Willis. And Willis, where are you right now?
Well, I'm trapped in a parking garage in Mesa, Arizona, just outside of Phoenix.
Make sure you're safe, man. That's the thing.
I'm sitting across the street from my office, and I just couldn't make it in there on time. That's okay.
So you picked us over work? Really?
Oh, man, I'd make a break for this for sure.
Okay. All right. So you got to remember, it's, 3 hours difference, so I forgot. I'm like, for us, it's late. People are home from work, but you're still there and you're making time for us. So don't get them those walking papers because of me now.
I'm my own boss.
I'm my own boss, so that would be kind of rough. So
See, that's what I'm talking about. He said I'm my own boss. All right, so that's what's up.
yeah.
So what you think?
So
What you think?
definitely, I'm on board with everybody. I mean, I was definitely pretty excited after watching that. I'm going to start with Blau because he was sort of the less exciting of the two, just from watching him, at least. He kind of came across as a little bit nerdy, a little bit meek, and I think some of that is just because he is so fresh and green, like, I mean, just he has no calling experience at all and no like front of the camera experience like this at this level. He's going to get used to it like any other person gets used to their job. So I don't really worry about that. I was listening to the content of what he was saying, and I think he's going to bring a lot to the table. I mean, I liked how he was talking about like between the ears with Jaden, and I can't believe nobody's mentioned this, but I love the fact that he's like, we're hitting McLaurin 10 plus times, like, I mean, I want somebody aggressive like that, getting it down the field to our best players, and so that, like, my ears went up when he said that. I'm like, heck yeah, I'm on board with that. And I agree. I mean, it's just gonna be a matter of time. I think he's gonna have some bumps here and there, but I'm willing to be patient. It's got to be, as long as he maintains a level that our offense was at last year. Once our defense ramps up, it's going to be the counterbalance that. So I don't feel too worried about that. Now with Durante, okay, Sheila, you said he looks familiar. I think I had the same exact thought, and I was like, who does he remind me of? A couple times he turned his head and he looked like Dave Chappelle. A couple times he turned his head and he looked like Michael Che. And I was like, oh, but his demeanor is just so calm and cool. Right. And I'm like, man, like as he's talking, I'm like, this guy's going to be a head coach. I mean, he is head coach material. Yeah, like already. He's just, already. Like I don't know, he's just got this factor. He pulls you in when he's talking, and you want to hear everything he has to say. And I mean, from a coaching perspective, I think that's great. And from the educational perspective, the IEPs. I'm going to overlook the fact that he said that there was only 4 ways of learning when there's actually 7. But the fact that he has any awareness and application of this at the NFL level, I am thrilled that he's going to be bringing that kind of stuff in. I've never heard another coach talk like that and bring that to the table. So I'm excited. I can't wait for it.
All right. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And then the final participant for this question is my man, Greg Dashel. What's up, Greg?
Hey, what's up, man? How y'all doing? Hey,
Good to see you, brother.
Coming from Locust Grove, Georgia.
Nice.
Born DMV born, you know what I mean? But I'm living in Locust Grove now. So man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm so excited for this year. Even Blau, even though he's young, I like what he was saying, especially like Willis said that the touches from Terry, because Terry's a dog, man. I'm just telling you, even though we had a bad year, when Terry was on the field, dog, no matter who was the quarterback, they was very different, bro. I mean, he made people say, you know what, I'm on the field. You know what I mean? That's what you need. And the reference from Durante, when he said the IEP, dog, he had me from the beginning. When he said that, because I know how important that is, because I had 2 kids and I got 4 of them that had to go through that program where they to learn. And all of my 4 kids graduated from college and are very successful and very successful in what they do now. So IEP was a major part of our life in general. And watching my kids grow through that and accept that, you know what I mean? At first it was hard for them to accept it, but then once they did, they just accelerated, bro. I mean, I'm telling you, I had one graduated from Shaw University, HBCU in the house.
Nice.
One from Shepherd University,
West Virginia.
One from Stevenson University in Maryland, and my oldest, he graduated from LSU. So I'm just telling you, man. So it was a big deal for me. And when I just think, man, we have to be patient. Of course, we want the right now. We want the microwave result, right? You know what I mean? But you know what? It ain't nothing like cooking in the oven, bro.
That's true.
I like that. Hey, you know what?
You know what I mean?
Hold on. Hold on.
Ain't nothing like
Kills
cooking
all
in the
the
oven.
nutrients.
No taking on late.
Yeah, I
Bro.
got still that one too. That one
Yo,
was good. I like
yo,
that. Okay.
Yo, the crock pot, the oven. I'm telling you, it makes some delicious food, bro. I'm just trying to tell you.
And you know what? They already have the biggest ingredient that they need.
The quarterback.
Number 5. And
Like
I think people
85, huh?
You can't make a spice or a rub or better than that, bro.
Man, you making me hungry.
Gosh.
Right.
And that's a
Throw
fact.
a bunch of number 5 on.
Number 5 is it, bro.
It's for real. And
that is for real.
That's where I wanted to tie this into, to go to the next thing we can talk about. And we've got about, 20, 25 minutes. Okay. So, let's make sure everybody gets a chance to chime in on this. We're going to go counterclockwise now. We're going to go to order we've just finished. Okay. But I wanted to talk about, we saw in the Super Bowl a week ago. Okay. We saw Seattle, get the victory over New England, and 2 really good defenses were out there. Obviously, Seattle had the better defense, but it goes to show you that if you have quarterback play and you have defense, you're going to be there at the end of the day. You're going to be in the running for it. But what I saw more specifically was Drake May took New England to the Super Bowl. Okay, I mean he's the quarterback, so we can say he took them to the Super Bowl. All right. Bo Nix had Denver as the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. And no telling it, he didn't break his ankle. They may have been in the Super Bowl. Okay. We saw Caleb Williams dazzle in this year's playoffs. I mean, he put on a show for the Bears. So those three young players, if you are a fan of those teams, you have your quarterbacks for the future. You have those guys. There's no doubts. They're ballers. Okay. Excuse me. But what I walked away after seeing all of that transpired was Jaden's better than those guys. That's what I walked away saying. And this is no homer. I'm NFL media now. Okay. So it's not just Commanders. I'm big board. And I'm still saying what I saw. Jaden has done more with less than those guys have. And I say that because, yes, he has a number 1. Terry's a dog. Absolutely. But if all of a sudden Denver's defense showed up in Washington, if New England's defense showed up in Washington, if Chicago's defense showed up in Washington, we might be talking about Jaden having 2 Super Bowls in a row to start his career. And I legitimately mean that.
1,000%.
Absolutely.
Okay, I thought I was the only one right now. If you're watching this for the first time, I mean, we call it like it is. If you don't think Jaden Daniels skill set wise is better than these guys at this point in his career, the only guy I think you could make an argument with would be Caleb. Okay, Caleb was the number 1 pick in the draft for a reason, and we saw that with Chicago.
I'm not even gonna make an argument for him, bro. And I love Caleb.
Yeah,
Caleb. I watched him in high school.
But you can tell with the coaching that Caleb received now, you're starting to see it. Yeah, you're starting to see it. But this is the thing. Jaden never had the training wheels on.
100%.
From day one. So I want to get your takes on that. What did you see from these young, really good quarterbacks? This isn't throwing shade on any of them because they all have proved there's a reason why this draft class, that 24 draft class, is starting to be mentioned as potentially one that could rival 2012, rival 1983. I mean, yeah, and I will say this, 1983's great draft class. I talked about it last week on my show. The 1 Super Bowl to show, or 2 Super Bowls, John Elway, they came at the end of his career because of what? Terrell Davis and that defense in Denver. Okay, Romanowski and those guys. So let's get your take on that. So we'll start the way we finished. So we'll bring Greg up first again. Okay.
Yes,
What's
sir.
your take?
Appreciate the love. Hey, trust me. But when it's all said and done, 2024 would be the best draft class of quarterbacks in the history of the league. Now, I can't project what 27, 28, 26, none of that's going to, so I don't know. But as of we speaking right now, Bro, they got some dogs in that 24 class is the joint. And I'm gonna tell you, Jaden is the best of all of them because the simple fact, as much fun as we had at the misery we went through for 30 years with this Commanders unit, and watch Jaden perform under the same circumstances. We didn't have a top one class. We have a number one defense. We didn't have nowhere near a competent defense, if you want to think about it. And offensively, we was handcuffed. We was handcuffed. I've been in law enforcement 25 years, and when I retired. And I'm telling you, we was handcuffed at the offense position. But
so you want to go out there and arrest some of them offensive players.
that young man elevated that offensive unit, and he was particularly the reason why that we elevated as we did. Because if you want to go to facts, trust me, everybody thought Cliff would probably leave this year, maybe after next year. Right, after year 2, because he would get a head coaching position. But the fact is that after the 25 season, he had 1 head coach interview, and he had like 3 offensive coordinator interview, and he still wasn't picked. Bro, it was a reason why. Now he's going to McVay, who's we all know, because we had him in our building, wish he would have been still a part of this franchise, and we understand why he's not. He's going to learn. He's not going there to teach. He's going there to learn. Trust me when I tell you that.
That's 100% accurate.
You understand what I'm saying? He's going there to learn because he has to adapt. He has to learn how to adapt. And I'm ecstatic where we at right now because number 5 is in the building. And that's all I got to say, bro.
All right, good stuff. So I just want to let everybody know we got about 20 minutes, so we can just make sure everybody gets in there. So let's go with Big Bud.
Sorry I took so long.
It's all good. It was passion, and we let you speak when it's passionate, for real. No worries.
I'll keep this short. I don't want anybody else to outdo Jaden. Jaden is better than all of them, and I hope all of them have losing seasons for the rest of their careers. When it comes to my man, JD, I could care less about Drake, May, Michael Penix, none of them jokers. I hope they all get toothaches and can't play no time next year.
Hey, Lake, I think you got Silky Johnson on here. He said, I hate you. Know you and I hate you.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That was good. He said toothaches. Good stuff, man. All right, so let's keep it going. Let's go with Willis here. What's up, Willis?
Well, I'm not gonna be that spiteful. I'm gonna wish everybody well. And to be honest with you, I am curious about this class, but I don't think we're really gonna have a true perspective until like 2039, a 15-year career or something like that. But at that point, I wonder how many Super Bowls will have attended and or won with this class of quarterbacks from 2024. Be really interesting for perspective. 2027 supposed to be a good year for quarterbacks, but I have a hard time imagining ever seeing something like that again, where we're going to see 7 quarterbacks go and 13 picks. That was just mind blowing. So hopefully they live up to the draft status. But
when you think about it though, and you go back to that 83 class, with Marino and Elway and Kelly and I think O'Brien, a lot of people don't remember, O'Brien in New York was actually a really good quarterback. I think he was like 2-time Pro Bowler when he was there, but obviously didn't get to a championship with that team. But when you think about it, in 2 years' time, they've been in 3 conference championship games and a Super Bowl collectively in 2 years. That's pretty darn good,
Already. Right out the gate.
So you would naturally think that next year maybe Penix with the right coaching.
Right.
McCarthy, the verdict is still out on him. I know Josh can tell you probably what they think of him up in Minnesota, but Kevin O'Connell, one thing we know about Kevin, he was the other one that was here too, by the way, that got away. But Kevin can coach, and Kevin can coach quarterbacks. We saw how he kind of resurrected Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold carried that this year to a Super Bowl in Seattle. So, I'm not going to throw dirt on JJ McCarthy just yet. So number 9 still has a chance, So we're going to see this year. So let's keep it going. Let's go, Shauno. What you think, Shauno?
So I think the class of 24 is going to be the last solid class. And the reason why I say that is because that NIL monies is going to water down the quarterbacks classes, especially as large as that year was.
Good point. Good point.
Good comparison between last year and this past year with Caleb and Jaden. They had a similar season as far as winning close games and showing some clutch moments. Mm-hmm. So I do believe I give Jaden the nod as far as abilities and skill set, but he has to hone those and sharpen his saw. Otherwise, he's going to get passed up. You can't get complacent. You have to continue to work, just be a complete alcoholic when it comes to football.
Good stuff. And I think because of the success of each one in this class, you guys know these guys are competitive, and they want to be better than the next guy. And I also think there's a little bit of love that they give each other. I think they were pulling for Drake, to be honest with you, even though the fans may not wanted to see Drake win one, because then all the other quarterbacks in that class could say, oh man, see, he got it first. I think they probably were pulling for him. And I'm going to tell you another reason why they were pulling for him, because Sam Darnold, by winning that Super Bowl and now being in a good place and feeling good, he got a team around him. He may not want all the money that, somebody who won a Super Bowl may have wanted,
Right.
So he may reset how you go about building teams now. So he could have messed with Jaden and Caleb and Drake and Bo Nick's money by winning that Super Bowl. So we'll see how that plays out too. So let's keep it rolling here. Let's go with Ellison.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo some of what Big Buzz said. So this is not Lake Lewis saying this. This is me saying this. Think that Jaden is the best quarterback out of this class. I don't think it's even close. Bo Nix is a tailor-made for Sean Payton's system. I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was anywhere else, you get the same result. I still don't know if Caleb Williams is Ben Johnson's guy. I still don't know that. Drake May, let me see it again with the harder schedule. JJ McCarthy, if he can't do it in Kevin O'Connell's offense, then that says more about him than Kevin O'Connell. And Michael Penix hasn't had proper coaching, and his body's failing him at the same time. So I think it's JD5, and I don't even think it's a clear, race at this point in time. It's JD5 head and shoulders for me.
Okay.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so let's go, Brad Savage.
Yeah, of course I got JD5 at the top. And it's simply because of when I watched them all through the playoffs. I think the floor is very high for all of them, but Jaden as a rookie elevated in the playoffs more so than any other quarterback. You saw Drake May, he actually played worse in the postseason than he did in the regular season, which means when the competition got tougher, he struggled more. Caleb was about the same, but Caleb is not as accurate as JD5. He has the same big playability, but the every down accuracy plays or quick out and stuff, he misses quite a bit. And then you have Bo Nix. I think Bo Nix, like Ellis said, is just a product of the system. He's really good with Peyton. I mean, I can't knock him for it, because if that's the system he gonna play for 10 years, then it is what it is. But I just think Jaden elevates when it's needed of him. And if you actually look at the stats like QBR, percentage rate, all of that type of stuff, Jaden was miles ahead than everybody else. So it's JD5.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. All right. So let's keep it going. Let's go with Josh.
Yeah, you brought it up, Bradford. The stats don't lie. He's head and shoulders above. Ellison took what I was going to say about all those guys, but most of it. I'm going to take a line from one of my favorite movies. I mean, I love to see Jaden's always this hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is, but this is my shooting hand. They can all get this Blazing Saddles. Hello, they can all get flustered. They all get flustered really easy when they, and I just haven't seen that yet. Not too much. He got a little flustered this last year, a little bit from the injuries, but he's still here. And everybody else, when they get flustered, they're still here. So everybody needs to grow a little bit. But yeah, Jaden's up there. He's just prepared. And if you don't think that he's not going to get prepared for being under center, everybody's got another thing coming. Please.
First of all, when I hear, I don't even like using the word colleague sometimes. You already know. but I can't sometimes.
Some of those questions
sometimes
the other
I'm
day.
like, are you really doing it to get the clicks? Are you saying these dumb things to get people to look at you? Because I know what my eyes see, and no, I am not Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder.
It's all about buzzwords, Blake. It's all about buzzwords.
Yeah, and I see even clearer now that I got these. So, you cannot fool me. And sometimes, I know what you're doing. I know where all that's coming from. And trust me, we all in this room know where some of that's coming from. If you can't see what that man did last year, he had an S on his chest, literally every game. And I can just say this. If you don't believe me, if you don't believe these great fans of the burgundy and gold in here, all you got to do is ask defensive players that I know from around the league, and they all will say, if you ask them who out of this group do you not look forward to playing against, it's unanimous. It's Jaden. They don't want to see that guy. The Eagles players had said that in the NFC Championship game. After that, like, we expect to see these guys every year now. Like, this is a thing now. They knew what they were going up against. So don't listen to some of these people that have never played any ball in their life, okay? And I know some people say, well, don't, Lake, you shouldn't be saying that because we work hard at our craft. Yeah, you do. And guess what? I work hard at my craft too, and I did play ball. So I do think I know what I'm talking about. So,
no, you should say it, bro. You got that respect, bro.
Man,
Say it with your chest,
I hate when I hear it because it's like, when I hear people saying, did they even pick the right quarterback, or should they even think about drafting a quarterback now? I'm like, man, just quit your job. Like, please, just quit, man.
Hey, I wish you tell some of your colleagues. No disrespect. I wish I could have face-to-face comments with some of them colleagues, brothers, because dog, the slurping over Drake May this year was kind of crazy. After the 24 season, that your quarterback that you cover every day in 2024, and you start slurping. Excuse my French. I know this is a show.
They had a Slurpee, it's okay.
And you know what? And you know what? And I like Drake. I like him, dog. I do. But you had somebody that was in your neighborhood that you cover the sports that showed the world that it's a different game being played in Washington, and you still.
Well, but that's because I go back to what was witnessed for 30 years.
Yeah, that's the world we live in.
Because that was the only thing that was selling. That was the only thing that mattered to the fans. Unfortunately, was just not the stupid questions, but just the piling on. What was selling was it was such a train wreck. Some people decided, you know what, I'm going to jump on that train wreck too. I'm going to steer that train wreck, as opposed to finding what you could do to get that train off the tracks and build and rebuild it. And you get a quarterback, you get the first. Listen, I don't care what anyone says. I'm telling you things that I know. You just ask Doug Williams. We're talking about a legend. We're talking about a Super Bowl winning quarterback. MVP, well, he wasn't MVP of that Super Bowl. I think it was Timmy Smith. But still, he was a Super Bowl winning quarterback, let alone the first African-American quarterback to do that, okay? Ask him what he thinks about Jaden Daniels and listen to him. And when he tells you what he knows and what he feels like, so again, don't take it from people who just get the headsets and the microphones. I know that's what I do. Okay. I'm there every day. I see it. and I'm doing this now as well. And me playing, I didn't play professional ball. No, I played in college. Okay. So the thing is, though, all I'm saying is don't listen to us. Listen to the people who put those pads on and put them on at high levels. They're telling you who you should be talking about. They're telling you who's the guy. So you're gonna refute them? That's come on, man. Just stop.
Hey, bro, I go back to the old saying is they belittle Jesus.
Wow.
They sure did.
You think about that. They belittled Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed them over and over and over who he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're not. Hey, Rev, I'm telling you, I love you, bro.
On it.
But,
I feel you.
But we're not beneath criticism. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But when somebody show you something, bro,
it needs to be legit.
Come on, man.
If you want to say that Jaden needs to protect himself on the field, if you want to say Jaden is going to have to, I think Ellison said, just own it on his craft. You know, everyone can get better. You know, if he's going to have to now learn how to play under center, all that's fair. But if you're gonna tell me that the kid wasn't the right pick for this team, shame on you. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I know. So let's keep it going. I think we have to go with Ellison answered, so we got to go with Brad. You answered Ellison, right? Yes. Okay, so we got to go with Brad Savage.
I think you.
Other Brad, I went already.
Oh yeah. So where are we? On my screen?
I think it's me.
Stopped at Josh last.
Oh, we stopped at Josh, so now it's Gerard. Yep, there we go. Okay, all right. Yep.
This is where I'm at. You guys know I'm a realist. JD5 is the best quarterback. I'm not saying that just because I'm a Commanders fan. In the draft, he was the best one coming out. 2 years later, he's still the best one because he has a total package. He has everything what those other guys have. But I'm not here to do a comparison. All those guys are young.
And they're good.
Every fan can talk negative about each person. You can say stuff about Jaden. You can say stuff about Drake. You can say stuff about all of them. All of these guys are great. And I'm a little different from Bud. I want to see the other guys succeed and be well. Because no matter what they do, it's just going to make JD5 even better. Because they're never going to be better than him and never, ever going to succeed him. So the more they do, it's going to make my quarterback even better. It's going to show you even higher what JD5 is about. If those guys be weak, JD5 going to just be standing by itself. I want those guys to succeed and do well. That's how much faith I got in JD5. He's going to always be the cream of the crop no matter what.
Good stuff.
In that draft class, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing he got to do is stay healthy. That's the only jury that's out on JD5 is his health, and he's going to be able to do that.
Yeah. And the thing is that iron sharpens iron. And if you're a competitive person, I know I am. I used to have people tell me, I let your daughter when she was a kid win in Uno. Nah. She's gonna learn this loss. And learn that this is life when I throw that card down on the table. I mean, that's just what it is.
See, that's how I was playing spades. That's how I was playing spades.
To be honest, I don't even know why the point of him being hurt is even the issue. He played 55 games, man, and he never got hurt. He played.
And I can also tell you, he wanted to come. He would have played more games this year.
No, but I'm just saying things happen. We could cross the street and get hit by a bus. That legitimately can happen. But what I'm saying is he played 17 games in the SEC, which is one of the best college
second
programs.
best. It's the second best.
Right.
It's
second
Big
best.
Ten.
I ride with the Big Ten because I'm a Maryland fan.
Of course.
I'm a Maryland fan, so I'm going to ride with that. But overall, SEC was number one. Bro, bottom line. But he played 55 games in that league, though. I mean, he had a bad year. Bro, I get it.
All right. Okay.
I get it.
Okay.
I get
Greg is fired up today. I like it. I like it. All right. So let's keep it going. Let's go up with Rev now. What's up, Rev? What you think?
I'm keep it short and sweet. I echo what everybody else does. The one thing though that I do like about Jaden is no matter where, like unbeknownst to a lot of us, he said that he had ongoing conversations with Drake May, so it's a lot of validity to what you said about the fact that they have
pull
their
for each
own,
other. Mm-hmm.
inner perspective. So it's almost like no matter what you do one year, if it's that year you do better, or at the beginning, all the talk between who was one and who was two, Jaden let his game speak, and that's the type of person that he is. You're not going to find it out there, for clickbait and everything. He's just going to do and prepare to do what he needs to do to be number one. He's not going to let it. So it's never going to be safe, even if you are presumed to be better. He's lurking, and
I
that's
like that.
and that's what I like. I had just one other thing that has been riding, I really hope that Coach Blau don't get caught up with the media hype, because if you notice about the 10 touches for Terry, that was something that was like basically tweeted or constantly asked, he needs more touches, the whole going under center, and though those are things that have needed, that he had immediate answers. So I hope that at game time, it may not always be realistic that Terry get 10 touches. It may be situational.
Of course.
And unfortunately, he done sold the farm on Terry's going to get 10 touches, because that's where we go. For the more fair weather minded or the clickbaiters, because I heard a particular former NFL player with a podcast saying that this was a big mistake about our coach hires, and it was a little destroyed. I think Gerard, you know who I'm talking about, the blonde wonder, and everything. So
I heard that.
yeah. See, so a lot of us heard that. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me, but I don't want that to distract from the potential of what this young man really can do, because I believe he can develop Jaden into being what we didn't even imagine that he could do. Can you see Jaden rolling out and just hypothetically on a keeper in 80 yards down the field?
All right. Good stuff. All right, so let's go Brad Jones now. And we've got about 8 minutes, so we want to make sure these last three get their time. No, that's all good. It's all good. Okay.
I don't want to come off as a hater, because those other quarterbacks, I mean, they did their thing. They did, and you happy for Chicago. They got a quarterback, right? But the reason why I say ours is different, because all of those quarterbacks played at home in the playoffs. We didn't last year. And if anybody knows, Ford Field is probably one of the top loudest 3 stadiums in football. It's like laying next to a train. And my man was not bothered at all. And he went in there and slayed that giant in Detroit. And
Tampa the week before. Yeah.
And last year's Philadelphia's defense was Seattle's defense this year. And Jaden didn't look rattled against that Seattle defense.
They didn't lose that NFC Championship game because of Jaden, that's for sure.
Absolutely, because Drake May looked lost in the Super Bowl.
He did.
He did. Now, that's not to take nothing away from Seattle. Seattle's defense is good, but Jaden didn't look lost against Philly. So our quarterback is better.
That's a good point. I tell people all the time, all you got to do is, I was there in Philly for that game, and I remember going into a suite to visit a friend of mine who's from Philly. I told y'all the story. Yeah. And I walk in there with my babe Janine, and we walk in there, and literally there was like 25 people in there, all in Eagles jerseys. They're all Philly folks. And
I'm sorry.
And yeah, but they treated us like gold. I will say that. I had a great time talking with them. Deshaun came in there with me, Jackson. I mean, it was great. Don't get me wrong. But I can just vividly recall some of those diehard. You know how Eagles fans are.
Yes.
They were giving love. They were like, I heard one of them say, "I wish we had this guy," and I'm like, they getting ready to go to the Super Bowl again with Jalen Hurts, and one of their guys is like, they would trade quarterbacks. Folks, I'm telling you, people know. You know when you know, and when you hear the hate, you just know that that's just hate. You know, they got the extra flavor hate. In that bag.
Right.
So
But
that's
like,
all
was he
that
wrong?
is.
But was he wrong though?
I mean, listen, y'all know, but y'all know I'm a Jalen Hurts fan too. I am. I love how he carries himself. To me, that kind of stuff means just as much as what you do on the field, how you carry yourself too. And if it wasn't for him, Philly definitely would be a train wreck with some of the stuff that they deal with. He's keeping it all together, But Jaden is just special, man. Like the throws, the runs. It's when you see something, and all this RG3 comparison. Robert's my guy. There is no comparisons. There's no comparisons. If you want to say because he's a running quarterback, then I'm going to call you, if not a racist, I'm going to call you an idiot. And I know I'm going out by saying that because Josh Allen runs the football, Baker Mayfield runs, Bo Nix runs, Drake May runs. I mean, all quarterbacks in the NFL now have to be able to run. Am I making this stuff up, folks?
John Elway runs.
Yeah, that's
Come
what I'm
on.
saying. So let's stop that stuff. I remember when I was a kid seeing Roger Staubach and Fran Tarkenton, and they were running the football. So let's stop with all that nonsense. It's just it's cliche. It's cliche talk. It's lazy journalism. And so again, I'm sorry, guys, but let's keep it going. Let's go, Big Herb. What you think? What you think?
Sorry about that. Trying to take myself off mute. First things first, buzzwords for the day. Crazy work out here, man.
That's
crazy work. All jokes aside, though, I mean, my thing is this, and this is as a person who just loves the game of football, I can sit here and just watch it any time of day. I know what my eyes saw. I ain't got 20/20 vision. I don't know what the bad one is. These are prescriptions that my damn self. I know what I saw. I know I seen a bootleg where a 330-pound defensive lineman tried to catch Jaden Daniels and caught his towel. I know I went ahead and see Jaden Daniels throw a bullet to a receiver who's not even here in the middle of Ford Field, almost for a touchdown, and Diami wasn't even a thing until the playoffs.
Hello.
No, I've seen he didn't throw any interception, no fumbles, no nothing. He was the sole reason why we were there. And the defense didn't hold up their end of the bargain in Philly. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't see what he was the reason. Drake May, awesome season. Playoffs, booty. What's his name? Bo Nix, so-so. The only person I can honestly say who balled out was Caleb. And Caleb
balled out.
threw a crucial interception at the end of the game. He was the only one. So, I mean, if you want to really talk about, like, who's going to be that guy is right this second, is Jaden and Caleb at the end of the day. And last time I checked, Jaden got him to the NFC Championship. And, hey, Cowboys, if you're watching, when's the last time you actually been to one? It was, I think I was in grade. I think I was in 6th grade. I'm 40. The last time y'all been. So, yeah, there's a subtle jab in there. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, no, come on. Let's keep it a buck. Stop being a hater. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Drake May. Drake May had a great year. Playoffs was just garbage.
You can say this. You can flat out say this. If you look at the gauntlet that Drake May had to go through to get to the Super Bowl this year, they had some outstanding defenses. He did, but I'm saying, like, he made some throws that he had to make, and he had the scramble against Denver. So he made the plays that he needed to make. But I will say this: if you go back to last year with Jaden, Tampa's defense was really good.
Yeah.
And they beat them on the road in the first game in the playoffs. Detroit's defense was really good. And I know they had the injuries, but they still had some guys there, though.
Yeah.
Okay? And he shredded them. And then you go back to that NFC Championship game. Watch it if you don't believe me. Jaden was doing some things. It wasn't his fault that some other guys,
fumbled the ball.
had some extra weight in their underwear, because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So it wasn't him. So I just say this, I think the proof is in the pudding, and we all know this year right here is going to say a lot. And I know Miss Sheila still has to get her answer.
There's one last thing I have to put out there. As far as when it comes to Drake May, they said when it comes to how many touchdowns he's thrown against teams who are over 500, he's only threw 2. Guess who threw 3 ahead of him? Shador Sanders.
Yeah.
And
again, this isn't hate.
It ain't a jab. It's facts.
It's just facts, and that's what I'm saying. If you want to go with the reality of it, just all you had to do is look at the tape, not gloss over it with already a preconceived idea or perception of what you want to have happen. Look at the tape. I'm going to tell you, look at the tape of Jaden this year. Even when he played this year, there was things that he was doing on one leg. It is what it is. So let's wrap this up with Miss Sheila. Miss Sheila, give us your thoughts, and then we'll go ahead and send this thing out.
This guy on my shirt right here. That's who it is.
I like that. I like that.
This is my guy right here. I probably done made about 10, 20 t-shirts of my own. Mm-hmm. And I just walk around with Jaden on because I know I'm going to get somebody going to say something.
Right.
And one of the main things that happened with my daughter when I started talking about Jaden, and they didn't know anything about him because I'm up here telling my children about him because I look at him in college. And I'm like all excited at the draft because they was talking about taking maybe up against Jaden. And I'm basically praying. Do not let this boy go by us. Do not let this boy go by us. My thing was that last year he carried this team. He is a clutch. He was a clutch in college. Boy threw in some games. He threw 6 touchdowns in games. And I've been calling on him 6 touchdowns all last year, but he got hurt because I said he's gonna come in there. We're gonna get at least 6 or 7 touchdowns out of him this year. So anyway, the other thing that bothered me that I could see when we went to NFC Championship, if we had won that game, we would have beat Mahomes. We would have beat Kansas because you could see they weren't playing all that good that year, and I knew that we was going to beat that game. We was going to go to Super Bowl. We was going to win that. So I saw that in him, and just all the things all of his skills. You can just see he's mature. He was more mature beyond his age to me. He put a lot of time in. You can tell that he did that. So I'm like, I'm not a hater. I'm going to be honest. I didn't care for Caleb, and I'm going to say it. It's because I heard him in the beginning of the season bragging about himself, and that turned me off before he even took one down. And then he was making himself better than that whole class.
Well, and that's fair, Miss Sheila. I will say this, though. We all were young at one point.
I know.
And you believe, you believe in yourself. It's just that we believe in ourselves as adults, but we're more, it's more internal,
But then when he came and played us, and I'm gonna finish this up real quick. When he came to play us, he came to play Jaden. He didn't come to play.
I do believe that.
He wanted to show out Jaden.
I agree. I agree with that.
He wanted to show that this was my town and
this is my
everything,
town.
and everything Jaden got last year. Caleb probably was having nightmares in his bed. That was supposed to be me.
Somebody dropped the bomb on the last play of the game. If somebody dropped a bomb on the last game to play the game, I'd be kind of pissed too.
Yeah.
That's okay, but Jaden kind of bragged a little bit because he walked around after and he said, "I'm like that," and he had the right to say it. And he said it when we beat Detroit. In Detroit, he walked past the ref, did something. He said, I'm like that. I'm like that. And so I watched him coming up. I went back and looked at all the stuff that he came through to get where he is. So the boy is good. He knows what he's doing. And so that's my guy. There you go. That's all I got to say.
Hey, Lake, 5 seconds. 5 seconds, Lake. 5 seconds.
Because we do got to wrap it up. So
I know. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. I just want to say, y'all, we ain't seen nothing yet.
I know.
JD5. We ain't seen nothing.
Oh, I already know that.
That's all I wanted to say. We ain't seen nothing.
And I agree. I think when she gets more weapons and gets better play calling, which we all think that he may be receiving this year.
And the defense, everything.
Yeah, it'll all click. So look, folks, it's been real. We did this for a little bit over an hour. This is good timing. So it's a first. So
did it.
We'll keep it going. We'll work through some of the kinks. It's modern technology, and we're doing something that hasn't been done before. So you already know people watching, hating on that too. So
I know they are.
Man, I got to tell you, and I'll say this before we wrap up. I do get a lot of complimentary emails about this. I do, and I promise you, if you're watching, I will add you to our list. I know there's been several people over the last 2 weeks since I've joined the ESPN family that have been like, hey, I want to get on. So I will get back to you. It's just been a busy time. But the reason why we're doing this is because of these people in here. They've been consistent. They've been my friends consistently, my family consistently. And as you can tell, we have a good time talking about these things, So if you want to come on, you don't have to be a Commanders fan. You can be a fan of other teams. We've had fans of other teams come on here, but it's just the Commanders fans come out in masses, and they come out from all over the country. So it's not that they're kicking you out. You got to step up and represent your team. Get some of your guys to come up in here, and some of your ladies as well to come up in here, and we'll welcome.
We won't bite.
Yeah, absolutely. So as always, I appreciate y'all taking time out of your day to come on.
Hey,
and
Lake.
Doing this again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, before you leave, brother, I just want to thank you, man.
Okay, I appreciate you, man.
You know what I mean? Because you do a lot for. I mean, we ain't had this. I mean, a lot of us we just Twitter or Facebook, and we have our thing. But this is live, right? So I just want to thank you for what you do.
Man, I appreciate you guys.
Ditto.
I appreciate you guys.
Word up.
And this is what we do, man. This is what family and friends do for each other. We're gonna keep building this out, keep growing this out. Got to shout out my dude Alan. Alan Sandage, my producer here at ESPN.
Thank you, Alan.
He literally
thank you.
Working around the clock to try to make this thing work for us. It's people say you can't do it. It's just you can't do it on radio. You can't do it. You can't. Well, we're showing them that you can. So we'll keep this thing rolling. But as always, happy Valentine's Day, especially Miss Sheila. And
absolutely,
y'all make sure y'all do the right thing this weekend. I
want
y'all to not be able to come on next Friday because you in the doghouse. So have some great Valentine's Days and be safe. And we'll keep this thing rolling. We'll be here next week, same time, same place.
All right,
Appreciate
thank you. Y'all be good.
Hey, you know what I was saying? Happy wife, happy life.
Give our best to your other half as well.
Love to you and Janine.
I will. I'll let her know for
give
sure.
our best to her.
I will.
All right, y'all. Be cool now.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all take care.
Love
now.
y'all.
Okay.
Stay up.